Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where we talk about IB Math for grade 9. This is video number 4 into the topic about sets. In this video, we're going to look at Venn diagrams. We're going to talk about what they are and how to interpret them. So Venn diagrams are just a visual way in which we show sets and show the operations between them, how they work together. So for this video, I want you to also note that I am defining 3 sets here that I'll be using when we're explaining this. The first set is the universal set U, and the second set is a set A. Think of it as a subset of set U. So the elements in set A are all part of the elements in set U. And then we have set B, which is also a subset of set U. So the universal set in any situation we're given is always going to be a rectangle that will represent all the elements in the universal set. So anything inside this rectangle is going to be all the elements of set U. So this is how I want you to think about it to start. Now, anything else, any other set inside this big universal set, we present it as a circle. So we have 2 circles here for sets A and B. So think of this circle as set A and the circle as set B. And when we want to show some set operations that happen between these sets, we use shading, which I'll show you in a second, to show what kind of which elements we are talking about. So let's look at the first example. If I only shade the circle that I said is set A, so nothing else is shaded, only the circle for set A, then what I'm talking about here is A. That's it, just A. All right, no operations yet. This is just set A. Now, if I'm shading the other circle, then this is just set B. Easy so far? Let's take it a step further. If I shade both circles and I say this is what I'm working with, then how do I put this in notation? If I'm talking about all the elements that are in A and all the elements that are in B, then this is a union, right? So I'll use the union symbol. This is A union B. This is what it looks like, shading both circles. Now, we can see that the circles intersect, all right? So if I shade the area that is just between the circles, that is the area of intersection between them, then as you would guess, I'm talking about the intersection. So I'll note it down as A intersection B. And this is what it looks like in shading in a Venn diagram. Okay, let's take it even a step further. I just shaded everything that is outside sets A and B. All right, now this will bring us back to complements of sets. As we've mentioned in the previous video, a complement of a set is anything that is not in this set, but still in the universal set. And we note this down as A accent and B accent, right? So here, can I just put down A accent or B accent, that's it? No, because these two sets are still inside the universal set together. So I have to put down one notation that describes the shaded area. So there's more than one way to look at this, but the way I like to look at it is sometimes I like to think about the unshaded area, and that would help me be able to describe the shaded area. All right? So let's look at the unshaded area right now and try to describe it. This unshaded area right here is A union B. All right? We did it just a couple of seconds ago. So if this is A union B, then everything else, which is the shaded area I have in front of me now, is the complement of this, of A union B. So that's it. I just need to do a bracket and do the accent outside. So this is the complement of A union B. That's what this shaded area is. Okay, let's look at the next one. This one looks a little more tricky, but it's actually simpler. So again, I want you to look at the unshaded area. The unshaded area is just set B, right? So everything else would be the complement of that. So this is simply B accent. That's what this is. This is what this shaded area is. Similarly, you can guess if this is A and it's unshaded, everything else is shaded, then the shaded area can be described as the complement of A. Okay, let's take it a step further even. All right. Now, here I have the intersection as unshaded. So if only the intersection is unshaded, then I can think of everything else as the complement of this area. Which means I just need to write A intersection B, put this in brackets, and say complement. So far so good? Okay, let's move on. All right, what do I have here? Here I have everything is shaded except just a part of B, the part that doesn't intersect with A. So the part of B that intersects with A is shaded. If I think about it in a different way, I can say that I can forget about B and just look at A. The entirety of A is shaded, correct? And everything else that is not B is also shaded. So this will actually be, as notation would be A, because this is all of A, union B complement. So this accounts for all of A, which is all shaded, and everything else that is not B. Next one looks similar to the previous one, except it's flipped around. All of B is shaded, everything else is shaded except A. except only A. So this would be B, so it's all of B, union A complement. All right, next one. Now, nothing is shaded. B is not shaded at all. Everything outside sets A and B are not shaded, but what's inside A is shaded. So how do I show this? Well, the way to think about it is, first of all, let me just say that I'm talking about A here. All right? And then what else can I mention here? What else can I talk about? If I look at everything that is not B, right? Everything that is not B, or the complement of B, is A, correct? But if I intersect them and do this, then I only focus on just A. Next one. Again, I just flipped it around. Only B is shaded, and the intersection with A is not shaded. So I'll say everything that is not A, but intersects only with B. All right, let's look at this last one here. So this one, I made it, this is another step further, and it's the most challenging one. So this will require a couple of steps. First, let's look at the shaded area inside here. All right? What is this? What is this area? This is the intersection between A and B, correct? So I'll just write it first. This is A intersection B. Now, what is this shaded area outside? We've already mentioned it before. Let's take a look. We said that this is A union B, but the complement of it, correct? So I am combining in this last one here, I'm combining both of them together. Right? So all I need to do is just say it's A intersection B union A union B complement. So I put them together. I say it's both of these things. All right, I'm going to stop this video here. Next video is going to be our last video about sets, where we're going to look at some examples about how to apply sets in some questions. I hope this video was useful. Take your time watching this video. Watch it a couple of times. If you need to, stop it whenever you need to, just to process it, because it's important. And I'll see you in the next video.